Hi Aries, and welcome to your mid-month February check-in reading. We're going to have a look at how the rest of the month is tracking for you. And because at the start of this month nobody suggested any specific topics, what we're going to do is we're going to see what Spirit has to say about the end of your month, any helpful information and advice that Spirit has for you. And then we're going to also look into love, because it is February. Valentine's Day is this month. Let's see what's happening in love for y'all, Aries. I was about to say Aquarius. Oh my days, the other A sign. All right, so we're going to see what Spirit has to say for you first. Let's shuffle these cards, shall we? Spirit, looking into Aries February, what information can you tell them about the rest of the month? What is going on for the rest of February for Aries? We have the King of Wands coming out for you first. This is kind of your energy, ambitious, ready, someone who's out to achieve and experience, a bit of a risk taker, but a calculated risk taker. Someone who's ready to conquer. I like that for you. What are you planning? Aries, you may be in this sort of creative, forceful energy as we close February, planning something, scheming something, I'm hearing. You're planning on getting out of a zone of comfortability. Passive income is what I'm hearing for some of y'all. For others of you, it kind of feels like we're trying to expand, and we're trying to do so resourcefully, like we're trying to be smart about it in a practical sense. Well, how can my efforts garner a secondary income? Or how can my efforts save me money? How can I do this more efficiently? Like whatever you're doing, the process needs to be streamlined. It has to be worth your effort as well. And it has to either make you money or save you money is what I'm feeling. You're trying to get out of a financial situation that's become stagnant. We also have Anand coming out. Anand coming out for you. This always makes me think of the name Anand. So it's so interesting when it comes out. This card is reversed, and it wanted to come out with the moon, which is also reversed. So I feel as though there's either confusion over how you're going to move forward for the rest of the year. Maybe there's one thing in particular that you're very concerned about. It has to do with a rebirth or recreating yourself from a certain place in your life. I'm hearing from a certain image. I don't know who you are, Aries, but you are wanting like a rebirth of some sorts. Anand sometimes talks about that cycle of life and death. And when it's reversed, it can feel like you're stuck in a cycle and you're trying to create a new opportunity for yourself. There may be some confusion over how to do this, but I also feel like you're not accessing all the information that you could be with the moon here. With the moon reversed, I think that this is a case of the more open you are and the more information you request, the more that will be revealed to you. Try not to get too confused by what you don't know yet, if that makes sense. I'm one of those people. So I will just explain a little bit more if you're not, but like maybe what's really confusing you is the what ifs. What's really scaring you is the what ifs. What if this happens? What if that happens? Oh my gosh, imagine if that happens. What would I do in a situation if this happens? I'm so confused. So there is this energy of grounding yourself and thinking clearly about where you're at right now. We cannot 100% predict what's going to happen next, because everybody on this earth has free will, but we can control our own reactions as well as actions right here, right now in this present moment. So for you, Aries, I feel like trying to create this starts with you, your ambition, your desire, your passion, and why you are doing this in the first place. A King of Wands sometimes makes me think of why, not so much how. That's more of a King of Pentacles, or what. That's more of a King of Swords. You just need to think of how, why. Listen to me confusing us all. You just need to think of why. Why are you doing this? What is the reason? What is the passion? What is the interest? What is the ambition? What is the desire? That is what you need to focus on. And then from there, your curiosity or your desire to really follow this new flame, this interest, this new purpose, of direction, is going to start to reveal more. Like as you gain traction on this path, you're going to start to see, oh wow, okay, so that's what that is. Oh, I see now. Oh my gosh, wow, the information is just coming to me. So less confused. That's what it kind of feels like. What else can you tell Aries? We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. So I think that whatever you're going through could be a financial situation, or you could be linking it to your self-worth. I think with the Nine of Pentacles reversed, this energy is kind of like a feeling of insecurity. And it's either in a material sense or in a physical sense. You're insecure over how you look or over how much money you're making. I think that the situation is about expanding your financial freedom and expanding your physical freedom. Full stop. Whether you're looking at your body and you're just having more opportunities to do the things that you want with your body, or whether you're looking at exploring the world or just having more financial opportunities with your income. I feel like we need to get advice about this. Spirit, what is the advice for this Nine of Pentacles? We've got the King of Swords reversed. Spirit's saying don't worry about how. Don't worry about what with the King of Swords. I butchered that terribly. I apologize. This is the King of Swords. I said that in my head and then my mouth was like, Pentacles. Okay. So the advice is, interestingly enough, like stay grounded, stay focused on what's in front of you, because you can't see what's ahead right now. You're not able to look at the bigger picture. You should not be beating yourself up over decisions that you made with the information that you had. Hindsight is the most marvelous tool, but it's also the most useless tool, isn't it? Because we can't change the past. So it's good to use that as experience of wisdom, or wise experience, so that if you're in a similar situation moving forward, you know what to do. For some of you, you're in a position to offer somebody advice based on an experience that you went through that helped you get to where you are today in terms of your financial situation or your physical situation. And I think that what's going on here is there's a question over what do I say, how do I deliver it? You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to present yourself a certain way to the world and to kind of look a certain way, Aries. And I think that there's just this self-doubt as well. A healthy level, you got to be humble. The King of Wands needs to be humbled every now and then, but at the same time, you're an unstoppable force of energy that many people envy. The King of Wands energy is one of the most go-getter energies. Like, y'all just come off as way too confident, and then you actually pull things off, and people are like, oh, I can't even be mad at you. Look at what you've created. Like, you have every right to be this confident. So I do think that there's a lot going on the surface versus internal. I think your internal world is very confused or afraid of messing things up and not handling a new beginning in your life the way that you want to. You're trying to reinvent yourself. You're trying to move forward out of a stagnant situation in your material world, it feels like. And on the way, you're also being asked for advice, and you're being put into a position that you're not entirely comfortable with, but you have experience in it. So it's up to you as to what you say, what you do, whether you wish to offer that advice or whether you are trying to just focus on yourself right now and keep your head down, because that's what I think most of you are doing. Keeping your head down, focus on yourself, and realizing that you can't possibly predict every corner of the world as it unfolds itself to you, you know? Especially if you're talking about free will of others. Is there anything else that Aries needs to know about the end of February? Okay, we need to prioritize the things in our life that need to be done versus the things that we want to be done. With the Two of Pentacles reversed, you're actually being called to let go of certain projects that are taking up too much time, more time than necessary. If I was to use an example, I would use myself, which is scrolling on Instagram before bed. That takes me 2 hours when really I could have been doing that later in the afternoon. I didn't have to keep myself up till 3 in the morning doing that. So those sorts of things, you know, we just get a bit carried away, and then we wake up the next day extra tired, and we fail to really deliver the quality of work that we want. Little logistical things like that can help us make the most out of the time we have and the energy we have. Because for you, you've got all this energy, or you've got all this passion or this desire, but we're struggling on a physical level to achieve it, to create it. So the Two of Pentacles is just saying, make better use of your time as we close this month. Try not to procrastinate. Make sure that you're sticking to a schedule if you have one, or a routine if you have one, to make sure that you have enough room for the things you need to do. You may need to compromise some of the things you want to do with the Two of Pentacles reverse, because something is running out of time here. A project this month may be running out of time. Is there anything else? We also have the Ten of Wands reversed. Yeah, Spirit is actually saying that for many of you, it's time to take some time off work and to focus on giving yourselves more outlets, to not put so much pressure on yourself, so much responsibility on your shoulders, so many expectations. Like, it's good to have expectations, but you're burning yourself out. You're creating unhappiness that isn't necessary. And I think that you just need more frequent times to recharge with these two cards together. It's not like a one-off holiday, yay, I'm better. It's like, no, can we allocate more time in the week to you just chilling, not working, not hustling, just relaxing? That's what that message feels like. Let's have a look at love now for you, Aries, to wrap up your reading. What can Aries expect in love for the rest of the week, Spirit? What does Aries need to know about love for the rest of the month? Excuse me, not week. What does Aries need to know about love for the rest of the month? What does Aries need to know about love for the rest of the month, please, Spirit? Hi, oh my gosh, we're going to take them. They're not exactly happy to be out here together because they're very much opposing energies, but we're going to take them. We've got a bit of fire and ice over here with the Ace of Cups reversed and the Tower upright. Some of y'all are stuck in a situation that wasn't meant to be, and it feels like how do I articulate this? Stuck in a situation that wasn't meant to be. The Ace of Cups reversed with the Tower upright. You may be getting a rude awakening about something or someone that you had been feeding energy into or hoping for. And I think that the reason why it's rude is because it's not what you expected, but it's what is needed in order for you to wake up to the truth. And I don't mean to be the language I'm using is so harsh, so I do want to apologize. But the main message that I'm getting is that something here isn't coming easy, and there's a reason why. There's an opportunity here that is either unbalanced, unrequited, or just delayed. And we're like, where is it? Where is it? We're looking in a direction where it doesn't exist. With the Tower upright, there's an expectation here in love that isn't going to actually come through. And I need to say this because the Tower is trying to show you that anyway. So even though I'm saying this may be your Tower moment. If you aren't listening, it's going to happen in a different way. And I think that what's going on here is that expectation in love isn't going to happen the way that we expected it to. The Tower is going to shatter that expectation and show us instead where we need to be focusing our energy. And unfortunately, it's not all going to happen at once. At first, we're just going to be showing the harsh truth of the situation, that opportunity shattering in front of us, and we're going to be it's going to be hard to not focus on that because we're very disappointed. But the thing with the Tower is it's fueled by Mars energy of moving forward and trying to get through this tumultuous energy with a vengeance. In many cases, Mars energy is highly chaotic. It's also your ruler, sweets. So you're very capable of dealing with these situations, and it may be something that gets you back on the right track fairly quickly, or it could be very destructive for you. It could be something that you blow up out of proportion, because the intention of this Tower moment is to steer you true when it comes to your expectations in love. What else can you tell Aries about love here, Spirit? What is going on with their love life as we close the month? What is going on? Three of Wands reverse, y'all were facing the wrong way, the wrong direction, expecting something to come from a place where it didn't exist. The other thing about the Three of Wands is it's time to stop waiting. Y'all have been waiting for too long, but that doesn't mean that we act impulsively. It just means that we need to stop focusing on something and staying more open to other things. Yeah, it's time to close this cycle. It's a karmic cycle for a lot of you, and it's time to finally put that nail in the coffin and bury the coffin. This is supposed to be a celebration for a lot of you because it's marking the end of a difficult cycle that's teaching you a lesson. And I think that the lesson is bigger than this video can be, unfortunately. But it feels like this has to do with where you invest your energy and who you give chances to. Some of y'all are dealing with someone who really put you through it for the world to be here. The World and the Tower, this person's been teaching you spiritual lessons for a while. You've been giving them chances for a while. Princess of Wands. So you are going to really throw yourself in a new direction quite excitedly. By the end of the month, you're going to feel freer. You're going to feel as though you have more, like less responsibility and more optimism. And I know that that may be really stretching it for a lot of you, but I genuinely think that the reason why this harsh awakening is happening is so that you can stay more receptive towards other things and face the right way when it comes to expecting love. I think with this Page of Wands, it's very much about the journey forward by the end of the month, not looking back, not focusing on what could have been. You feel as though you've closed a cycle with someone and you're ready to kind of... And this doesn't necessarily mean that for all of you. Like, there's a small portion of you that are going to still be with this person. It's just not going to work the way that you expected it to. You're all closing a cycle with someone that is leaving you more open to the future. But with the Queen of Swords here, this is all a part of that. Try not to predict and plan every possible thing that can happen in your life. Right now, it's just about staying open to what may come your way and not necessarily forcing anything to happen, if that makes sense, especially when it comes to love, Aries. Is there any closing advice for Aries Spirit when it comes to love? We have the Strength card reversed. I see patience. I just see slowing down in general, trying not to force something to happen, having compassion, and also just like not always being the main person, the main glue, holding something together. The Moon reversed again. This truth is being revealed to you. The truth is being revealed. Confusion is supposed to dissipate with this truth, but for many of you, it is going to create more confusion for you, and I see that it's up to you to gain emotional closure. I feel like you're needing to be the bigger person here, and I think that's going to be hard for you given the situation that you're in. Logically, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. But what is going to be best for your healing journey moving forward is finding closure for yourself and being the bigger person, being the person who is able to move forward, let bygones be bygones, and not continue to do or say something that is going to weigh heavy on you. I feel like some of y'all could get very petty over this situation, and no judgment, but I just think that it's going to really get to the point where you're investing more energy than this person's worth or than their actions are worth. So it's an interesting way to tie up your reading, Aries, but I can see why this has to happen, because you're right on the precipice of a new journey here that's exciting and that is worth your energy, and it's something that is going to bring back the confidence in the areas of your life that you've been lacking. And I think it puts you in a position to just be more available for what you are meant for, what you deserve. I hope this reading was helpful for you, sweets. I apologize if it was triggering. I did my best to try to censor, but a lot of messages came through for you, and I cannot control the messages. I just try to control the language, but I can appreciate that some really harsh dialogue came out. So I'm sending you so much love and light. I hope this message found you at the right time. I hope it gave you the advice you need to be able to navigate these issues and have a successful February. I look forward to seeing you in March, Aries. Please stay safe, look after your beautiful self, and I'll connect with you very, very soon. Bye!